guys, it's Sketch, and welcome back to my cozy corner of art. I hope you have a warm drink and are in a cozy place today. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about my Spider Sona. Like most people in the world right now, Across the Spider-Verse has had a chokehold on me since before it came out. So right now it is my biggest hyperfixation, and I have a feeling it's not going anywhere anytime soon. For the past 2 months, I've been working on a Spider Sona with a bunch of my friends on Instagram and such. Today I wanted to just talk to you guys about them because I love them and I would love to share them with you guys. Their name is Cypress Brooks. They go by the name Golden Spider when they're in their spider suit. Cypress comes from a dimension that's very watercolor-esque. A big part of the aesthetic for their world that I took in was local coffee shops. That sort of vibe. When you think of a local coffee shop, you would think of really warm colors, browns, probably brick walls, stuff like that. They're in a very low-tech city. It's still like a modern city, but it's not a city like you would think of with New York or San Francisco. It's not a big high-tech city. All of the streets are lined with lanterns instead of streetlights. There's no LEDs anywhere. It's all brick and natural lanterns and such. That's the aesthetic I went with for their world. And I also thought it would be a cool detail that it's always raining there. Usually it's not storming or anything, but it's definitely always drizzling in their world. For their design, I made a spider suit that I genuinely love so much. I made sure it wasn't a suit that strayed too far from typical Spider-Man suit designs. I made sure to stay very on theme when it came to the Spider-Man aspect of them, while still including a lot of my own personal flares with the costume. All of the colors are my favorite colors. Their suit is fully oranges, browns, and yellows. The part of their outfit that deviates the most from what somebody would assume to be a Spider-Man costume would be their top, and especially their sleeves. Their sleeves are these very big, poofy, off-the-shoulder hoodie, sweater-esque sleeves, which I love them so much. Sweaters are the most comfortable piece of clothing to me, so I made sure to add a lot of that sort of imagery to a suit that typically would be skin tight. So that could be seen as a criticism of the costume. You could see that as I'm deviating too much from a spider suit, but I think it gives them a level of interest in their design that deviates them enough from Spider-Man's typical suit to being able to stick out slightly, especially when it comes to the Spider-Man multiverse and how many Spider-Men there are. I think it would be good to have some features that are distinct enough like that. Like most people, I added shoes to my Spider Sona. That became a thing after the first Spider-Verse movie. Spider Sonas with a lot of external clothing, like shorts, jackets, hoodies, and shoes. So I gave them shoes. I also gave their top this cropped look. I thought it was a great way to give their torso some visual interest. I tried doing it where it was just a line that separated it from the orange of the first half of the bottom of their suit. And every time I did it, it just didn't look right. So making it this cropped external piece of fabric really helped bring the design together. When it comes to their eyes, I made sure to give them very big Spider-Man eyes with a ring of orange around the outer of their eye. Typically on spider suits it's black, but I want it to be orange to hone in on the color palette. I also gave them these little patches under their eyes to kind of bring to mind spider eyes. Most Spider Sonas have multiple eyes on their masks, and I thought it would be a nice little visual element to give them like a tiny set of patches that resemble eyes. They don't have any function to them, they're purely aesthetic. But just like all the other parts of the costume that deviate from Spider-Man costume convention, I think it works in the design's favor and adds a nice little bit of visual interest. There's a lot of lore that I've ended up building up for Cypress in these few months of just being obsessed with this Sona. A lot of it has to do with a friend group that I have that all have their own Spider Sonas, and we're all like a tiny little spider squad, which I love so much. Some of their story will have Across the Spider-Verse spoilers, though I feel like most people have seen it, so that might not be like a necessary thing, but just in case you haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse yet, a lot of stuff in Golden's story will use aspects that are mentioned in the movie. So if you want to go into that completely blind, I would suggest skipping over the next portion. One day while Cypress is swinging through their city, a portal opens up, like the typical multiversal portal, and they end up falling through it. And when they get up, they're in a completely different universe. In SpiderVerse, they mention after the Collider incident, a bunch of villains and such were popping into other universes where they don't belong, and they were called anomalies. And at this point in the story, that is what Golden is. Golden falls into my friend Sona's needle point. They fall into their world. And so they're all alone in this world that they have no idea about. And until they meet Needlepoint, they're just lost and alone. Then they meet Needlepoint, who is so kind and sweet and great, and they fall in love. Needlepoint takes Golden back to the Spider Society from Across the Spider-Verse. Needlepoint's been a part of that for a while. Cypress wasn't. Cypress had no idea this was a thing, so they fell into this different universe they had no idea about, and to help them, Needlepoint takes them to the Spider Society. They're introduced to all the multiversal people, and they kind of just stick around and hang out there from now on. They find a group of other spiders that they become close friends with. Those are also my friends' Spider Sonas. It's great. I love them so much. And after a few years of doing this, Needlepoint dies. And that's where Golden is currently. They're currently dealing with the loss of their partner, and they're trying to make sense of things. Right now, they're grieving to the point where they're trying to build a time machine to bring them back. And that's where I am currently with writing them. I'm working on a bunch of stuff for them, and I will probably share that with you guys as soon as I'm finished with all of it. But until then, I wanted to share with you my little guy. I love this Sona so much, and I hope you guys do too. Really quick, I also want to bring up something semi-related to them. On Instagram, I recently hit 2,000 subscribers, and I'm currently holding a Draw This in Your Style over there for to celebrate that. The drawing is of my mascot of the channel, Sketch, and also Cypress. So if you enjoy their design, if you want, you could head over there and make a Draw This in Your Style. I'd love to see whatever you guys make if you want to join in on that. It's only going to be lasting until the middle of August, and there will be a few prizes for the winners. I'm selecting 3 winners, and each of them will get a free commission bust. So a shoulders up drawing of kind of anybody they would want. It would only be flat colors, but I'm going to do that for all 3 of the winners that are selected by the end of this challenge. So if you're interested in that, go head over to my Instagram. It's Sketches Art Corner, just like on here. And yeah, I'd love to see you guys over there if you want to join. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to my rambles about my Spider Sona. I don't know if you can tell, but this one was not scripted at all. I had a lot of fun talking about them, and I hope you had a lot of fun learning about them. Stay cozy. Bye.